working now? You don't have to talk back if you don't want. This is easier than typing. So you're really good at like a couple, and to be clear, right? Before I say anything, I am not the ultimate authority on anything. So this is just my perspective. Take it with a grain of salt. I will say among my group of people that I play with a lot, I am considered to be pretty good at box fighting. Now, I am in Seattle, meaning on central servers, I have like 65 ping, which really has hurt me moving from west to here. So I'm not nearly as good as I would be. And why I'm bringing up ping is because your play style really only works because you have decent ping. Or, well, you might not have decent, but you have better than me, so it worked against me. You need to, like, it's not a dig on your skill, by the way, because I remember when I used to be in your exact spot, it took my friends essentially telling me, like, screaming in my ear to, like, psycho people. What? Yeah, like your exact spot, like, over-relying on what? No, I'm saying, like, just based on what I saw. I'm not trying to be toxic at all, man. Just, like, over-relying on, like, one box moves, essentially, right? Like, okay, that's great. I believe you. I also would look at my VODs too, but it took my friends who were, psychos, as you could say, to sort of push me out of my comfort zone and be used to like using verticality. And maybe you do that and you were just spending that realistic round box fighting. I don't know. It just seemed okay. What's your best placement in tournaments? Do you have any earnings? You have earnings in this game. Okay. I mean, I could. That's pretty impressive. I don't have earnings. I don't necessarily think that means that I have nothing valuable. See, I think based on your responses, you're taking this as an insult. Okay, I'll look up your thing. Does that mean also if you've been playing other competitive games for a while, does that also mean you're a boomer as well? As in like over 21? Esports earnings.com. Sorry, typing this in my phone. I don't think there's a way to like grab links out of Fortnite. No, I don't think. I mean, okay, that's fine. You don't have to agree with it. It's just you wouldn't have, like, if I was able to take your wall every time, you would have gotten 7-0'd instead of 7-2. I guess that's what I mean. Is maybe that's a better way of putting it. If someone has good ping, which the top players do in Central, not me, the top players do, your playstyle would get highly punished. Maybe that's a better way of phrasing it. Not you're relying on good ping, but if someone has better ping than you're going to get punished. Because, you couldn't take my wall due to superior rhythm and timing and management of right-hand peak. My cone edit allowed for retake. No, I'm not doubting that you have good rhythm too. That's part of it. But that only makes up for a relatively small like ping delta, right? If someone's hard 0, which again the psychos in comp are, it doesn't even matter. Earnings by you played HOTS. Oh, cool. I was a top 5 U.S. raider in WoW for like 10 years. So you're a Blizzard guy. That's cool. So you know all about competitive. My Conan ping is actually, I mean, it's not. It's not when you're playing somebody who's hard 0 in a real game, right? You can work around it in a creative. I mean, why do you think I just beat you pretty badly, right? And again, not trying to even be toxic at all. Like I beat you 7-2, and I'm on 65 ping. Okay, congratulations. Then you should be very open to constructive. I mean, okay, in Fortnite it is, bro. Fortnite is different than other games. Like just because you're using games like Heroes of the Storm as a precedent for Fortnite, which has no, says your ideology. What? Like ping didn't matter in WoW either. Ping doesn't matter in games where you're not literally both competing for the same exact spot. My skills are grounded in multiple genres. Great. You definitely strategically know what you're doing. But okay, let me ask you this. Since you're taking this very, very, like you're thinking that I'm trying to be hostile and you're being very defensive in all my responses. Let me ask you this. Why did I just beat you then? Serious question. Why did I just beat you? And beat you like that, right? Like 7-2 was pretty convincing. What was the reason? You had superior right-hand peek and timing. Okay. Realistics, it was 5-5. Yeah, well, again, you kind of just forced the box fight in realistics, right? Which, as you saw the last few rounds, I just decided to try and like out cringe you and just like heal off, right? But yeah, in realistics, it was 5-5. In pure box fighting, right, which is what you were trying to force in realistics, you kind of got worked, right? I played in a realistic manner, so focusing on the 7-2 after 5-5 is like a straw man. Not really, because those are the same, like, those are the exact same moves you were doing the entire time on realistics, right? You even picked the SMG loadout in the clicks map, which is the more cheesy one because you can spray through builds, unlike an AR. So I was actually trying to use like the most pure form of box fighting, and you were using that, which is fine, right? Like I gave in to you because you were just, you know, hitting the switch back and forth with me. But you picked the cheesier loadout on box fight. LOL, I'm trying to use what is on the current tournament loot table. Listen to yourself. And that's why I gave into it, bro. I didn't actually have that big of an issue. But you can't try and tell me that like pure box fighting isn't for the pump. That's why it's called box fight loot in the realistic map, right? Like that's just the way it goes. I don't really care what weapons we picked. I would have beaten you with any of the weapons. Okay. So do you know how to, why did you not use verticality? Great, man. This is Fortnite. I don't care about, I mean, it's not that I don't care about your Heroes of the Storm, but we're playing Fortnite right now, right? My playstyle is bottom up. Okay. Well, so you have earnings in other games, but you have none in Fortnite. What is your best tournament placement in Fortnite? I guess I'll have to use the Google fucking vision thing to grab that Chinese character in your name. You can look at the data yourself. Well, it's hard when you have an obnoxious character. And since your name's Mike Fisk, I'm guessing you're not Chinese, so it's just you're doing it to be like edgy or something. Or maybe you're trying to make it's harder for people to find your name. Let's see. Glaurung. On Fortnite Tracker, there's actually a decent amount of people who have Glaurung in their name, so I am going to have to grab that character. Narrow view on May. All right, what is that Chinese character then? What's the pinyin for that Chinese character if it's so significant to you? Moo. Okay. Let's. I have a Chinese keyboard on my phone. Let's see. One sec. MU. Which one is it? Oh God, is it not simplified? God, I took Chinese in college. That was like 10 years ago. There's so many. I'm obviously open to your feedback. So are you saying because you've earned in Heroes of the Storm? Let me ask you a serious question. Because you've earned in Heroes of the Storm, very respectable, very impressive, to be honest. Like looking at that stuff, no question. Are you saying that your opinion and thoughts just automatically trump any like current Fortnite pro? Because I can show you clips of Fortnite pros with hundreds of thousands of dollars of earnings who, because they're so young, have spent their like formative years only playing this game, right? So this is like the only like competitive game that they have serious experience with. And multiple of them refer to zero ping as a quote cheat code. That doesn't seem to track with it being a quote non-factor. Like you're not even saying it's less significant in there. You're saying it's a non-factor. Okay, so if someone was on 500 ping, would they be able to do it? Would they be just as good as a person on 0? Where's the limit? Since you are the arbiter, you know everything about competitive games. What's the ping limit to where it starts to matter, if there is one? but you're clearly using your experience in another game to sort of elevate your opinion over mine, right? You put that in my mouth. No, but I'm asking you right now, what is the ping threshold? If it is a non-factor, as you say, does that mean there's no limit to that? 500 and 0 are the same? If it's a non-factor, that's what non-factor means. Yes, man, I've literally completed around the... when you say yes, man, you're talking about yes, 0 and 500 ping are the same thing? Sorry, I'm still waiting for a clear, explicit answer. Are you saying 0 and 500 ping are the same thing? No, but I mean, okay. Okay, well then I'm asking you as a legitimate question, where is the ping limit? Like, what is the threshold? You know it's a non-factor. You think it is. So when does it stop being a non-factor? Why is this not a legitimate human? Like, why is this? Sorry, I said human because I looked at your response. Why is this not a legitimate question? Okay, so human reaction time is greater than ping, which is still a factor. So there you say ping is a factor, whereas I literally see, I can scroll up a little bit and you say it is a non-factor. So which is it? It seems like you're contradicting yourself. No one said human reaction time wasn't better. I never said it wasn't, ever. Right? If you want to talk about putting words in people's mouths, like HGC, LA, okay. But HGC, what is HGC? I assume that's a Heroes thing. Again, I'm a WoW person. We're tangentially related because Blizzard, but I don't know anything about Heroes of the Storm other than it's kind of a dead game now. You'll only critique my critique. No, that isn't the only critique. That's just the thing that I said first. And then you got so defensive that we got off on a sidetrack. So we've been talking about it. So I think that you obviously understand the fundamentals of right-hand peak. You're obviously a god among men when it comes to just competitive knowledge in general. But I didn't really see you like adapting to my, what was obvious by like round 4 or 5, my sort of tendencies, right? Because everybody has all of that is just you assuming those. I mean, you're the one who keeps dropping it, but okay, whatever. That's fine. Why did you not adapt to my my tendencies? Why were you just boxing up at the beginning instead of trying to like proactively establish peace control? You got out attritioned almost every single round. Because through suffering, I will learn to stand my ground in the room. Okay, so then I guess I'll ask you, because maybe you'll just say I haven't watched it back yet or whatever. What do you think was the biggest reason? Because you gave me credit. You said, let me scroll up here. You said, fuck, this chat is so dog. Where was it? I can't determine, you said something about right-hand peaks and timing. I don't remember. I can't find the exact message. There's been a lot. But what do you think your biggest issue was then? Yeah, okay. What do you think your biggest issue was then? That's what I did well. What do you think your biggest issue was then? The biggest issue is the inability to manage the piece in front of me or 2 pieces in front of me and then overexpose myself. Sure, I would agree with that. Do you know how to? Are you on? I assume because you play Heroes of the Storm, you're on mouse and keyboard, right? That's a given, right? I'm gonna take the non-answer as yes. So, it's fine. You play other games in Heroes of the Storm, whatever. But I'm just looking at the the link you sent, and I'm pretty sure earnings by year. Yeah, I mean, your earnings were all from Heroes in the Storm, right? Like, okay. Well, so I'm using that as sort of the main one because it's the most significant, because you have 100K, 97K, whatever earnings, which is very impressive, legitimately. Like, no sarcasm at all. Seriously, that's a 6-figure salary of earnings. Very impressive. So whatever, like, okay, all the games you play, your mouse and keyboard, great. It's like this is why you felt like I was harping on ping, because I said one thing and you like just went on this defensive tangent. Like, oh God, whatever. Do you know how to blueprint edit? Like, do you know what that means? I mean, I didn't, but okay, that's fine. Do you know how to blueprint edit? Not a good faith conversation partner. Okay. It's also no, I do not mean pre-edit. I mean blueprint edit. It's different. Okay. I can show you. What's a good map? Where is it? This one. TBH, I'm losing interest. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. You don't have to go. You were so, from my perspective, and again, the conversation is hard to, like, you're typing over text, right? So a lot of the nuance and tone is lost from yours. Well, I was going to show you this move because it's super critical, but no skin off my nose if you just want to leave. Like, you reminded me of myself when I played, quote, bottom up, and that was the excuse that I gave. And I've gotten a lot better since I learned to use verticality. But even box fighting, even just the low ground play, you have a few things that if I told you, you'd be a lot better at. So the main point was me saying, I've been where you are somewhat, approximately, whatever, oh, I'm not as good as you, whatever. But when I learned to go vertical and utilize the third dimension, right, instead of just 2 dimensions, more or less, I know you're dropping 1 box, but like, more or less utilize the third dimension. I got way better. And then even in box fighting, there's a couple things that if you just picked up, you'd be a lot better. Propositionally, I'm not interested in someone who thinks 20 to 80 ping is the dominant factor. Okay, so now you said 80. Again, like, if we want to be pedantic, right, you're the one who said it's a non-factor. You didn't give all these specifics until now. If you don't want to learn how to blueprint it, great. That's fine. I saw you, reminded me of myself. I wish someone had told me earlier. Good luck, man. I'm sure you'll earn a lot on Fortnite too. Okay. Will you talk then, or are you always going to type? Formal dialogue. Interesting. You're eating lunch at 7? Interesting. 7:30 actually, if you're in Central. It's crazy. Well, that's another thing, bro, is that I know the like kids who play this game. If I wasn't me, like, I'm not saying I'm the only person who would do this, but if I wasn't more patient, I would have seen how you were playing realistics, would have left after 1 round, which means you're not going to get much practice. That's another reason why, learning to kind of go vertical and utilize, like, it's not like high ground retakes per se, but like vertical piece control is, it also increases the odds of people staying to play with you. Right. Because people don't stick around for that because it's long and annoying. Now, sure, in a real game, there are times when you want to be as frustrating as possible. Absolutely. I give you, I concede that. But I would say that's more of like, it has its place, right? You don't want to be a one trick. And even that whole style is like one trick. You want to be able to also build fight somebody and not just box fighting. Yeah, one trick, man, box fighting. Like, I'm sorry you're taking this as hostile, right? Please look at my story. Okay, what's your YouTube then, big guy? Is it your name? Is it linked on your thingy that you sent me? Glaurung Practice. There's a YouTube channel just called that? Okay. All right. Glaurung Practice. Okay. Zone Wars matchmaking. Okay, I'm gonna guess. See, I think one of the things, last comment, and then I'll let you go, because it's like I said, you don't want to. There's a difference between, one of the biggest things that my buddy that I told you about, like, got me out of my comfort zone, was he said, you have to be willing to lose, like, too often optimizing to win the game mode you're in, so like reallys, box fighting, whatever, is at odds with actually like increasing your skill set. Rather, whether you record it and watch it or not, like if you're doing what it takes to win that game mode and creative, a lot of times that is not, again, it's not exactly aligned with doing what's best to broaden your wider skill set if you seriously want to be good at Fortnite. I'm giving inverted advice. What? How? Tell me to play in a non-strategic manner. Right. To get better at things that you will use at times unspecified. I'm saying build fighting, vertical piece control. What do you mean unspecified? Build fighting and vertical piece control are insane. That's why you look at pros and they can do that. Sometimes they do what you were doing, right? But you don't need to work on that as much because you're decent at it. The way I practice, I am practicing building edit. That isn't what I'm talking about. Then I'm blind. I'm blind. Fortnite is building. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. But you can still use those things while going up. Like, go watch some pros play. They, I guess, can't say the word wager on Twitch or whatever, but go watch them play like 3v3 tokens in Zone Wars. Go watch them play 3v3s in Zone Wars. That is what I mean. If you want to talk about the unspecified set of skills, the skills that are required to do what they do in those Zone Wars. Okay, you're, again, great. That's awesome, man. But you're still talking about different games. If you want to get good at Fortnite, you do the same thing here that you were talking about. You would go find the pros in Fortnite. It's a visual pattern. Yeah, okay, sure. At the highest level of abstraction, okay. Give respect. Okay. What is the fact that, so you think you can find your way to the top in Fortnite without ever looking at the top of the current pros at the top? That's what you're saying, I guess. That's great, man. But like, I don't care really. I mean, like, that's cool. Like, StarCraft's awesome, but like, what does that have to do with getting good at Fortnite? I'm really missing. Sure, at the highest level of abstraction, it's light and like your synapses firing in your brain. Cool. Okay. OnlyFans. Who cares about their personal lives, though, dude? You don't care about them as people. You're just watching the skills that translate to being at the top of the game skill-wise. Yeah, it's cringe as fuck listening to these kids, but I don't listen to them for their anything other than just watching them from a mechanics point of view. What is them being quote OnlyFans addicted? Oh God. Okay. Maybe it's me, bro. It really seems like I'm really just not getting through. My whole point was I am not very good at Fortnite. And the one thing that you seemed, when I said one trick, the one style, maybe it's one style, trick is too reductive. The one style you tried to use, I shit on you, and I'm not good. So I am trying to give you advice to get better, and you're just not taking it. So good luck, buddy. 7-2 is indeed shit on. But okay. But I don't think I'm open to talking to you because it's clear we have just a fundamental mismatch. Maybe I'm just too old. Maybe I'm in my 30s. I just don't know how to communicate with people like you, and that's on me, I guess. Okay. It's scary how like 6 years can be that big of a difference, especially if you, like you said, understand what it's like to be a human pro gamer. You know, your sort of like path up until this point is not the same as mine. I wish you the best of luck. I apologize for even trying to comment. I should have just said GG after the 7-2 and parted ways. I just, listening to you respond to me, I don't feel like we're ever going to get anywhere. So, because when I play with people who I play with consistently, I like to have a dialogue. First of all, I like to talk over voice, so I'm not missing out nuance and tone, when a person's responding to me over text. But secondly, I like to have like an open conversation, and it just seems like everything I say, you're going to get defensive. You're going to like talk about other games, which like are slightly, I guess, relevant, but not super. And you're going to just kind of trounce everything I'm saying because you've been a pro gamer in other games. So we don't mesh, essentially. So, yeah. Good luck to you, buddy. I wish you luck.